Hello and welcome to today's Pick a Card Tarot reading. We are channeling the energy for what guidance and messages you need around a problem in your life right now. I have already pre-selected an oracle card for each pile, and I will play a singing bowl to clear the energies, and then I will show you each card up close. So let's begin. Here is pile 1. With the Freedom card. And here is pile 2 with the Joy card. I will now begin pile number 1's reading. Timestamps will be below. Welcome, pile number 1. You chose the Freedom card. So a problem you're dealing with in your life right now could revolve around a feeling of freedom or a lack thereof. And Spirit wants you to know that there will be more freedom incoming into your life. It's just that maybe you're going through a little bit of a chapter where you're feeling restricted by either the people around you or your schedule or your workplace. But this cage that you are trapped in currently will be opening up soon. Let's see what the Angel of Freedom has to say for you from the guidebook. Despite the constraints of everyday life, we all have free will, and exercising it is an essential part of our spiritual journey. Freedom can feel risky and involves you taking responsibility for everything that you say or do. However, turning away from freedom and staying within safe limits, or letting anyone else control your actions or thinking, will restrict you as a person. The Angel of Freedom shows you that you have a choice to act with love in life or react in fear. Trust your intuition. Ask the angel for the courage to follow your heart, to break free from restrictions, and to soar high, acting out of love for both yourself and others. Take the opportunities that the angel sends and give thanks to her for her help. Some symbols of this card include green field, bird, airplane, dolphin, space, high mountain. And an affirmation you can use at this time when your problems are troubling you is, I choose to be free to be my true self. I choose to be free to be my true self. So whatever problem you are dealing with right now, Spirit wants you to really embrace the freedom you currently do have. And you channeling that freedom is going to help you realize you have more control over your situation than you thought. And the more you practice that and realize that your actions have consequences, and not in a bad way, but in a productive way. So if you put the work into something, you can free yourself from the current problem you are facing. I will now draw a Green Witch Oracle card to see what Mother Nature wants to communicate revolving around this energy. What does pile number 1 need to know? You got the Carnelian card, which is all about energy, leadership, and creativity. the color red may be significant for you, and candles. You may want to light candles during this time to connect with spirit for guidance. And with the color red of the carnelian, that is very much powerful energy, taking the lead. And that goes very well with the freedom card. It's showing you that you have what it takes within you to handle whatever life throws your way. And you may have been feeling a little stagnant, but Spirit wants you to get creative with the problem you're dealing with right now. I will read the message from the guidebook for you. Carnelian is associated with creativity and energy, two elements that enhance leadership. Carnelian can strengthen your leadership qualities and help you to find creative solutions to problems or ways to support your team. If you have to take the lead in something or are handed a situation that needs a firm hand, Carnelian can give you the confidence to do what needs to be done, even if it will make waves. Carnelian's orange color comes from iron oxide, so it carries iron associations as well, such as protection and courage. The Carnelian card tells you to take control and be brave. Look within for motivation and strength. You have what it takes to be a leader. Be confident in your abilities. And a reflection you can journal about this card offers is, how can you improve your leadership skills? As I was reading that and the card discussed iron, I was getting like pumping iron. So if you have no idea what to do in order to solve your problem at this time, working out in one way or another, whether that is lifting weights, pumping iron, or just going for a walk in nature, putting your feet on the grass, but get that inner energy out so that you can harness that energy within you on what you need to focus on. Because if we can take control of ourselves physically, it makes the rest of what we have to do easier, and it reminds you of how powerful you are. So sweat it out a little bit, get some excess energy out so that you can harness your time and your creativity into what you truly want to create, which you may not know what that is quite yet. So number one is start taking care of yourself physically, and that will kind of bleed into the rest of your aspects of your life. I will draw some tarot cards now to see what else wants to come through for the problems you are facing currently. What resolutions does pile number 1 need? Thank you, Spirit. Your first tarot card is the Ace of Coins. So there is a new opportunity coming in for you if you have been feeling stuck. I know the job market is not great in a lot of places right now, so maybe that is the problem you have been facing and why you have been feeling stuck with where you are. There is a deer on this card, so deers could be significant. And I'm getting that, well, you may be looking at your current problem as a downside. I'm getting that you actually have a lot more freedom than you realize, because, well, you may be unemployed or looking for new opportunities and are struggling to find that perfect fit. Spirit wants you to know that this freedom is actually a blessing. Maybe it will give you more time to focus that creativity onto your personal projects, or it will help you have more time in working out. The Ace of Coins visual also reminds me of like pumping iron. He's holding this coin like it's a weight almost, or a medal, like you earned a medal in sports. And there's also another field here, so probably going for a run, spending some time on some grass and nature is just going to help clear out the excess energy that you don't know what to do with. And one may be significant to you, the number 1. I also saw 111 on my clock as I pulled the Ace of Coins card, so you may see ones around you, and that may be confirmation. And that is like you're on the next first step of your journey. So that is why you feel a little bit lost right now, and that's okay. I had a feeling this card was gonna come up when I was suggesting gaining new perspectives. The Hanging Man here. He is all about gaining new perspectives and looking at your situation from a new point of view. And your life may feel like it is turning a little bit upside down right now. And you don't know what direction to go in, and that's okay. And rather than viewing it from a place of being overwhelmed, you can view it as freedom. That, wow, I have never been in this position where I can choose to do almost anything. So if you have been trying to open new doors and opportunities, and you're kind of being met with roadblock after roadblock, Spirit wants you to take a more leadership role in your life and look at things from a different perspective. Tattoos may be significant for you. You may be an artist who likes to create, and tattoo artists are all about going all in on their career, whether that is to their benefit or detriment. It totally depends on who it is, but Spirit wants you to go all in on a creative project right now, because if you have been trying to pursue something that maybe wasn't fully soul aligned but was coming from a state of fear, that is why you kept being met with closed door and roadblock after roadblock. Let's see what your next tarot card is. You got the Star. Good times are approaching. Rainbows may be significant for you. Spirit wants you to not lose hope. If you start feeling a little bit down about your current situation and the problem you are facing, light some candles to try and bring that energy of hope into your home. And they say if you turn off all the lights and light some candles, your brain naturally goes into a more meditative state, and that allows you to be more calm and collected with your decisions and your feelings and just your life overall. And the star, like, you may be a star in whatever industry or project you are going for next, whether that is you being seen in your community or in the broader world. And I'm getting there might be travel in your future with the Freedom card and the Star and the new opportunity coming in. There is exciting times ahead, so now is not the time to lose hope. Now is the time to harness your energy in the most beneficial way possible. I will now draw a Moonology card to see what other energies want to come through for you. What does pile number 1 need to hear? Oh, and I drew 2 cards, which usually doesn't happen. almost don't even have room for it here, but I will make room. And throughout this whole reading, I've been eyeing the carnelian card, and there's this little thing here, and it looks almost like ginger. So ginger may be significant for you. I was just ignoring it because I'm like, oh yeah, it looks like ginger, whatever. But it kept calling to me, so maybe ginger is significant to one of you out there. Maybe you need to drink some ginger tea to calm down and harness your energy in a little bit more. Or maybe you know a ginger redhead. But let's see what your first Moonology card is. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. As I said, conclusions are coming. They are incoming in your life very soon. Do not lose hope now. Whether this is a sign that a project or opportunity you've been trying to go for isn't aligned and it's time to move on to something new, or there will be a breakthrough coming in. I will read the message from the guidebook, but first let's see what your other card was. Your other card is Full Moon in Taurus, which is your dreams need a practical plan. So you may know a Taurus, you may be a Taurus, and Tauruses are stubborn. They're known for being stubborn, and maybe you have been going hard towards your goal in a stubborn way, but you need to look at it from a new perspective, because they say if you do the same thing over and over again and expect different results, that is the definition of insanity. So maybe the Taurus energy out there is making you go a little bit crazy. But Spirit doesn't want you to completely abandon what you are doing, but rather look at it from a new perspective. Look at your skills from a new perspective. What can you do here to find resolution to your problems? But I will read the message from the guidebook now. First, I will read the full moon in eclipse card. Full moon eclipse, and just like that, a door slams shut. If you've pulled this card, it suggests that the situation you're asking about is about to reach a peak or has already done so, and things are now out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time. As hard as it might be, forgiving someone for what they did could be key to resolving this situation in a positive way. It doesn't make right what they did, but it releases it so you can move on. That which is meant for me will not pass me by. Doors which slam shut will not reopen. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Meditation and yoga are all recommended right now. Seed control and let events unfold. As I was reading the forgiving someone, I started to sweat. So I was getting that is a strong message for someone, that you may be holding resentment for someone or a situation that has already passed, and maybe it has passed quite some time ago. And Spirit doesn't want you to block your creative, powerful leadership energy on something that is already not in our life anymore. If it's an energy that did you wrong, of course that's not okay, but Spirit wants you to let it go. Take the lessons and see it as a blessing in disguise that will eventually come in handy. I'm sure whatever difficult situation you are facing right now, there will be positive aspects from it, a learning experience. And there always is, even in the worst of situations. Even if we don't want to acknowledge the good that comes with it, there is even a tiny amount of good lessons that we learn from it. And we don't want it to block what you are going after today. You want to let energy flow and release what is no longer serving you. But I will read the other message for full moon in Taurus now. Sometimes you need to weave a bit of magic, and sometimes you need to have a practical plan. This card suggests that this is where you are now. You need to use the laws of attraction to draw in what you want by imagining it, expecting it, and welcoming it. But you need to balance that with taking down to earth steps towards your goals. This isn't about wishing on the moon and hoping for the best. It's about making something like a list of bullet points about how to achieve your dreams. If you're asking about money, this card heralds a change of financial fortunes, depending on both your past actions and what you're expecting and therefore attracting. Spirit wants you to write down 10 things that you know are wonderful about you. Laziness could explain your current situation. If so, change that and own it. Chasing money doesn't work. You need to chase a dream. Jealousy or envy create negative energy and attract negativity. More exercise is called for. Right before I read that last line, I was about to say that with Spirit calling you out a little bit, that maybe you've been a little lazy, which I'm not too fond of that word, but maybe you've been in a little bit of a funk and have been struggling to get yourself moving and making progress. And that is why working out your physical body, especially in the morning, sets the tone for your day that you are powerful, you are capable, and you can achieve what you put your mind to. And I'm getting that a problem that may be blocking you as you go forward is because you may have been dealing with people who have been jealous or envious of your dreams. Maybe you told your friends or people in your life about your dreams and what you want to accomplish and what you want to go for, and maybe they put you down a little bit, or they're jealous of what you're already accomplishing, and that is their own energy to face. That is not yours to hold on to. So Spirit wants you to let go of any negativity that isn't even from you. That is not your energy. That is a projection of what they think they would be capable of. So they assume that you wouldn't be capable of it. Because not everybody has this leadership quality, but you do. So harness that. So that is your reading pile number 1. I hope it was valuable for you. If it was, please like, comment, and subscribe so I know you are enjoying this video. I am now going to be moving on to pile number 2. Have a blessed day. Welcome, pile number 2. You chose the Joy card, which in this oracle deck is actually the Angel of Joy. So Spirit wants you to really harness this energy. You may be struggling to feel and accept joy into your life. Maybe you have been working yourself so hard or stressing about everyday concerns, which is understandable, but Spirit wants you to know that life is meant to be lived and not just on the weekends. And I'm getting that even on the weekends, on your days off, you're worried, you're fretting, and of course there is a lot to worry about, and between the online presence and the worldly things in our everyday lives and communities and friendships, there is a lot going on, of course, but Spirit is saying there is always going to be a never-ending list of things to worry about. And you not allowing yourself to feel joy is pretty much not allowing yourself to live your life. And to get through these hard times and these difficult circumstances, the key is to feel joy and find joy regardless of what is going on. I will read the message from the guidebook for you now. At almost any moment in life, the Angel of Joy can uplift your spirit. Even in times of sadness, it may be possible to find some reason for joy. You do not have to put on a fake smile for show. Simply ask the angel for support. To awaken greater joy within your being, you might like to try the violet flame visualization. Sit quietly and ask the Angel of Joy to support you, and visualize a violet light or flame surrounding and bathing you. Feel the flame penetrating any sadness or anxiety in your inner being, transmuting its negativity into positive and exhilarating power for you to use. To nourish this newfound positive energy, be sure to make plenty of time for anyone or anything that makes your spirit dance. And some symbols of this card are purple or violet, dancing, feast table, lily of the valley, and roses. And an affirmation you can use at this time, if your problems are really clouding you, is I find joy in life, whatever the circumstances. I find joy in life, whatever the circumstances. So repeat that affirmation when you are in times of struggle, and even if you don't believe those words as you are saying them, that's okay. Sometimes us just saying the words helps that energy manifest. So get out there, go dancing, and if you're too nervous to get out there and go dancing, dance at home, let out that energy. Movement brings joy. And if that's not really your thing, get out there and have lunch or a dinner with a friend or friends and just laugh together. And sometimes even just being out in public, you can people watch a little bit and just laugh at current things going on at the moment. Obviously don't go and make fun of people, but people watching in itself can be entertaining. But I will draw a Green Witch Oracle card to see what Mother Nature wants to communicate with you. What advice does pile number 2 need to resolve their problems? The card you got is the Moon, which is all about phases, cycles, and intuition. there is a moth or a butterfly here. So those may be significant for you, or you may be seeing them soon. And what I'm getting is that you are going through a cycle or a phase in your life right now where you are more stressed. But Spirit wants you to know that stress is a normal part of life. And if you are not preparing for something, like there is a certain aspect of being worried where you can prepare for something. Like, oh, I could cut my finger, so I'm going to make sure that I have band-aids at home. That is how you can be a little bit more focused on problems and solutions rather than just worrying about things you cannot control. And you can't completely stop that worrying energy, and that is what Spirit wants you to know right now. And it is good to listen to yourself and your intuition. And if you are worried about something, prepare for it. But don't spend time fretting over things you cannot control. So, I will read the message from the guidebook for you now. The pale glowing moon is visible at different degrees throughout its monthly cycle. Even though its appearance changes, the moon is always present. Take solace in knowing nature is always there for you. The waxing and waning of the moon reminds you that nothing is static, and that change is both inevitable and healthy. You just may not be able to see it all the time. The phases of the moon represent various energies as manifested in the growth and retreat cycle of nature itself. Nothing is ever at a standstill in the natural world, and the same goes for the energy flowing inside you. Sometimes you may find you retreat into yourself, and other times you reach outward for help. The moon card asks you to trust what your intuition tells you to do. And a reflection you can journal about is, do you tend to withdraw when overwhelmed, or do you reach out for help? Do you tend to withdraw when you feel overwhelmed, or do you reach out for help? That is similar to what I was saying with the joy card, that if you are feeling down, like, reach out to your community, your friends, and be like, I haven't been feeling the sharpest, the best, let's go get something to eat, let's get a coffee, let's go for a walk. And I was also getting, if you are a female, hormones are so important regardless male or female, but the monthly cycle really applies to us females. And if you are going through a certain phase right now where you just feel hopeless, well, that might be a hormonal thing. And if you're noticing that you'll go a couple weeks and you feel like you're at the top of the world, and then a week later you are just in despair, that could definitely be a hormone thing. You may want to reach out to a healthcare professional and get that checked out, or try and balance your hormones with your diet and exercising. And you can look up seed cycling, I think it's called. And I don't know a lot about that stuff, but I know it can be life-changing for a lot of people out there. So don't be so hard on yourself for feeling bad. Spirit wants you to know that that's the cycles of life and the waves of the up and down. And when you are feeling down, get moving. Force yourself to get on your feet and dance. Text a friend. Reach out for help. Don't farther don't dig yourself farther into your hole by isolating yourself, not getting any sunshine, not moving. Try and do things, even if you don't feel like it, to bring that joyful energy and into your life. I will now draw some tarot cards to see what else wants to come through for you. What advice does pile number 2 need today, Spirit? Thank you. A fourth one wanted to come out today. Your first tarot card is the 5 of Wands. So you may have been feeling like it's you against the world, battling your problems. And you may have been trying so hard to deal with your issues on your own. You may feel some hyper independence that makes you not want to reach out to your community. But the 5 of Wands is about change, and that could be you actually working with your friends or with a team. So Spirit wants you to know that you have more people in your life who are willing to help than you realize. Maybe there are people in your life who are also feeling similar ways to you. And once you reach out, they're like, oh wow, thank you so much for reaching out. I actually have been feeling the exact same way and have to get out of my house ASAP. Sometimes it's just reconnecting with friends and feeling that shared joy with one another to realign your energy and get out of that funk that you may be in. And your next tarot card is another 5, so 5s may be significant for you. It's the 5 of Swords, and 5s are all about change. So definitely if you have been feeling defeated, which that's what this 5 of Swords is showing, you may have been feeling defeated or defensive about your current situation, but things will be turning around. You may have been putting up walls, and people haven't been able to get through to you to help you. Maybe there have been people worried about you wanting to reconnect, and you've kind of been too busy, too standoffish, having your guard up, and just embracing this state of despair. And don't be hard on yourself about that, but try and make steps towards getting out of that, just small ones. And if you don't want to hang out with your friends yet, even just having a phone call could turn around your or their day. And your next card is the Palace of Cups. And the Palace card is actually special to this tarot deck, and the cups are all about emotion. And yes, you have been isolating yourself. You have been keeping to yourself, keeping your feelings in, and well, it is good to work through our feelings, and we do have to do that at times. Don't be stuck in this darkness. Don't hold yourself in this darkness and keep yourself there. There is light above that wants you to come to the surface, that wants you to embrace the light again. And sunlight, just getting sunlight in the morning can have monumental change. Your next tarot card is the 6 of Cups. So you maybe have been feeling nostalgic or dealing with a childhood wound, and that is why you have been feeling more down than usual. And maybe you have been down about something from the past, from your childhood, from the way you grew up, maybe a limiting belief that you got along the way through your life, through growing up. And maybe there's trauma, and it can be hard to talk about past trauma, especially childhood trauma, And maybe you feel like, well, my childhood wasn't that bad. Like, it's not like there was some crazy, monumental, traumatic experience, and it's made you not want to talk to people about it. But Spirit wants you to know that you are valid in feeling how you feel, and you are not alone. And you may have friends already in your life who feel similar things, who experience similar things, that were also affected by the way they grew up. And Spirit wants you to know that don't be self-conscious about that. It's okay to still feel pain and sadness about things that happened in our past, but it is just important to not be trapped and stuck there. It's okay to feel that way and then remind yourself, okay, well, how can I feel better? And that is just the phases. I go through these phases too, where old memories will come. I'm like getting slightly emotional, which I never do on these readings. And so you may be going through a phase right now where past trauma is affecting you more than it usually does. And Spirit wants you to know that's okay. One moment, guys. Sorry, I just had to take a moment, and then my camera overheated. So, Spirit wants you to know that it is okay to feel those past childhood wounds and sadnesses, but it is just important to get the tools needed in order to work through that and not be stuck in that darkness for too long. And it will come in waves. And that's okay, just as long as we know that we have to get out of it. It's okay to feel it, but don't stay there. I will now draw a Moonology card to see what else Spirit wants to communicate with you. What does pile number 2 need to hear? The Moonology card you got is a new start is coming. New moon. A new start is coming. That is great news, especially if you have been on the lower side of the wave and been struggling to feel that joy that you deserve to feel in life. And that really goes with the 5 energy here. So you will definitely be seeing 5s around you. There's definitely change incoming, and it's going to be for the best. This next chapter is going to be more joyful. There's going to be more happiness, more connection, and more fond memories being made for you to look back on, so that you don't have to look back on these negative memories that consume you. It's about building new memories to cherish. But I will read the message from the guidebook for you now. There is a yes coming your way. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck. It's totally positive and suggests something new and exciting is developing. The situation you're asking about is blessed, and you are on target to achieve your goals. The message from the universe is that you're starting all over again in some way, be that on a new or better course, or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome. If you've been feeling stagnant, this card reminds you that life goes in cycles, and you're moving into a new cycle now. This is the time to wipe the slate clean. If the situation you asked about has become toxic, either that will clear up now or something totally new and fresh is on its way. And something the card says to say is, I'll see it when I believe it. That might be how you've been feeling. You'll when you see the good times coming, then you'll believe they're coming. And the rest of the card says, a new start is on its way. You will soon start to feel more hopeful about getting what you want. Your belief that your dreams can manifest is working well. Forget about the past. I think that is the main thing of this reading, pile number 2. Spirit wants you to let the past go. Don't bring that energy into your future. Yes, disappointing things happened. Yes, you may have gotten some limiting beliefs from those past situations, but you are moving into a new, more joyful chapter. Embrace it. When you start feeling down about what has been, rather start looking forward to what you already have and what is incoming for you. There will be more joy to be felt in your everyday life. And I am so excited for you. That is your reading, pile number 2. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe so I know you are enjoying these readings. Have a blessed day.